What if I told you that in just the next few minutes, you could discover something with the power to absolutely revolutionize how your brain tackles stress, deepen the joy you experience, and perhaps even fire up your body's ability to fend off illness? It sounds almost too good to be true, doesn't it? But this isn't some magic pill or fleeting trend. This is about tapping into an ancient practice, a technology of the mind that has been with us for thousands of years and is now being validated by cutting-edge science. We live in a world that never stops. Endless notifications, constant pressure to perform, a relentless stream of information. It's no wonder so many of us feel overwhelmed, chronically stressed, and mentally drained. We're constantly running on a treadmill of tasks and anxieties, and it feels like we can never catch our breath. This constant state of on depletes our energy, clouds our thinking, and robs us of the present moment. We're so busy surviving the day that we forget how to truly live it, how to find peace and clarity amidst the chaos. But there is a solution, a powerful and accessible tool that can fundamentally transform your mental health and overall well-being. That solution is meditation. Throughout this video, we're going to dive deep into the surprising, science-backed benefits of this incredible practice. I'm not just going to tell you it's good for you. I'm going to show you how it rewires your brain for happiness, banishes brain fog, and builds profound self-awareness. And most importantly, I'll share simple, actionable techniques you can start using today to reclaim your mind and your life. Let's start with the most incredible part. Meditation physically changes your brain. Think about that for a moment. You have the power to consciously alter the very structure of the organ that creates your reality. When we talk about stress, we're really talking about a tiny, almond-shaped part of our brain called the amygdala. This is our primal alarm system, our fight or flight command center. In modern life, this alarm is constantly being triggered by work deadlines, traffic jams, and social pressures, flooding our system with stress hormones. Now imagine that your amygdala is like an oversensitive car alarm, going off at the slightest breeze. It's exhausting, right? It keeps you in a state of high alert, anxiety, and reactivity. What scientific studies, particularly those using fMRI scans, have shown is truly remarkable. Consistent meditation practice has been proven to actually shrink the gray matter density in the amygdala. It's like turning down the sensitivity on that car alarm. The world outside might still be noisy, but your internal response becomes calmer, more measured, and less panicked. This isn't just about reducing the negative, it's also about amplifying the positive. While the amygdala shrinks, another crucial part of your brain, the prefrontal cortex, actually thickens. The prefrontal cortex is your brain's CEO. It's responsible for higher-order thinking, rational decision-making, awareness, and concentration. It's the part of you that can look at a stressful situation and say, okay, let's take a breath and think this through, rather than just reacting emotionally. So, meditation creates this beautiful neurological partnership. It quiets the reactive, fearful part of your brain, while strengthening the thoughtful, wise, and centered part. It's like having a wise mentor inside your own head, guiding you away from knee-jerk reactions and towards conscious, intentional responses. This shift is the very foundation of building genuine, lasting resilience to life's inevitable challenges. You don't stop the waves from coming, but you learn how to surf them with grace. This process has a direct impact on our body's chemistry. The primary stress hormone, cortisol, is public enemy number one when it comes to long-term health. Chronic high levels of cortisol are linked to everything from weight gain and high blood pressure to a weakened immune system. Meditation has been shown to significantly lower cortisol levels in the bloodstream. It's like giving your body a break from being in a constant state of emergency. Think of it like this. Your nervous system has two modes, the sympathetic or fight or flight mode and the parasympathetic or rest and digest mode. Most of us spend our days stuck in sympathetic overdrive. Meditation is the master key that unlocks the door to the parasympathetic nervous system. It signals to your body that it is safe, that it can relax, repair, and rejuvenate. This is why you often feel a sense of deep physical calm after just a few minutes of practice. This neurological and chemical shift is what underpins the feeling of increased happiness and well-being that so many meditators report. It's not just a placebo effect or wishful thinking. It's a tangible result of a rewired brain. You are literally building the neural pathways for joy, calm, and contentment. The more you walk these paths through your daily practice, the more they become your brain's default highways. Let's use a metaphor. Imagine your mind is a garden. For many of us, without conscious tending, the weeds of stress, anxiety, and negative thought patterns can take over. They grow wild and choke out the beautiful flowers. Meditation is the act of gardening. Each session is like pulling out the weeds one by one. You're not fighting them, you're just gently removing them and creating space. In that newly created space, you can then intentionally plant seeds of gratitude, compassion, and peace. By focusing your attention on your breath or on a positive intention, you are watering these seeds. Over time, your inner garden begins to flourish. The landscape of your mind transforms from a tangled, overgrown thicket into a place of beauty, order, and tranquility. This isn't just poetic language. It's backed by research into neuroplasticity, the brain's amazing ability to reorganize itself. Every thought you have, every action you take, strengthens certain neural connections. By consistently choosing to engage in meditation, you are actively choosing to strengthen the connections that lead to happiness and weaken the ones that lead to stress. You become the architect of your own mind. So the next time you feel overwhelmed, remember this. You have a tool that can calm your internal alarm system, empower your inner CEO, lower your stress hormones, and cultivate a garden of peace within you. It's not about escaping reality, but about building the inner strength to meet reality with a clear, calm, and happy mind. This is the first and perhaps most profound gift of meditation. Now let's talk about something we all struggle with in this age of distraction focus. Do you ever find yourself reading the same paragraph over and over, or walking into a room and completely forgetting why you went in there? This is the infamous brain fog, a mental cloudiness that dulls our thinking and scatters our attention. It's a direct consequence of our minds being pulled in 1,000 different directions at once. I want you to think of your attention as a muscle. Just like any other muscle in your body, if you don't train it, it becomes weak and flabby. Every time you get distracted by a notification, switch between tasks, or let your mind wander aimlessly, it's like doing a sloppy, ineffective rep at the gym. Meditation, in this analogy, is the ultimate brain gym. It's the focused, intentional workout that strengthens the muscle of your attention. The most common form of meditation involves focusing on a single object, most often the breath. As you sit, you simply pay attention to the sensation of the air entering and leaving your body. Inevitably, your mind will wander. A thought will pop up, a sound will distract you, a memory will surface. The practice isn't about stopping this from happening. That's impossible. The practice is in the moment you notice your mind has wandered. That moment of noticing is the bicep curl for your brain. In that instant, you're exercising your meta-awareness, your ability to observe your own thoughts. And then gently and without judgment, you guide your attention back to your breath. Each time you do this, notice the distraction and return to your focus. You are strengthening your prefrontal cortex, the very part of the brain we talked about earlier, which is central to maintaining concentration. The results are not just long-term, they can be astonishingly fast. Studies from institutions like Harvard have shown that even short-term mindfulness meditation programs can produce measurable improvements in cognitive functions. Participants show enhanced performance on tasks that require sustained attention and working memory. It's like taking your brain from a blurry standard definition TV to a crisp, clear 4K display. This improved focus has a ripple effect on everything you do. At work, you become more productive and efficient because you can stay on task longer without getting sidetracked. In conversations, you become a better listener because you are truly present with the other person, not just waiting for your turn to speak. When learning a new skill, you absorb information more effectively because your mind isn't constantly drifting away. Think about your mind like a flashlight in a dark room. For many of us, the beam of that flashlight is wide, diffused, and flickering. It illuminates a little bit of everything but nothing with real clarity. Meditation trains you to narrow that beam, to make it steady and powerful. You learn to direct your focus exactly where you want it to go, illuminating one thing at a time with brilliant clarity. This is not just about forcing yourself to concentrate. It's a more subtle and powerful process. As you practice, you develop a different relationship with distractions. Instead of seeing them as enemies to be fought, you learn to see them as passing clouds in the sky of your awareness. You acknowledge them, and then you let them drift by, returning your gaze to the clear blue sky of your focal point. This non-reactive stance is key. This sharpened focus also has a profound impact on memory. A scattered mind struggles to encode new information properly. If you're only half paying attention to something, how can you expect to recall it later? By improving your ability to be present and focused in the moment, you are creating stronger, more robust memories. the details of your life become more vivid and accessible. Imagine trying to fill a bucket with water using a leaky hose that's spraying everywhere. You'll lose most of the water and make a big mess. That's a scattered mind trying to learn or work. Meditation is like fixing the leaks and adding a nozzle. Suddenly, all the water, all your mental energy, is directed efficiently and powerfully towards your goal. You accomplish more with less effort and less mess. So, if you feel like you're living in a constant state of mental fog, if you're tired of being a slave to distraction, know that there is a way to reclaim your clarity. By training your attention muscle through meditation, you can banish the fog, supercharge your focus, and bring a new level of sharpness and presence to every single moment of your life. It is the key to moving from a reactive state to a proactive one, where you are in control of your most valuable resource, your attention. We've talked about how meditation rewires your brain for happiness and sharpens your focus. But perhaps the most transformative benefit is the one that happens on the deepest level of your being. Meditation is a journey inward. It's the practice of getting to know the person you spend every single moment of your life with, yourself. It is, honestly, the ultimate tool for cultivating profound self-awareness and emotional intelligence. In our daily lives, we are often completely fused with our thoughts and emotions. When an angry thought arises, we are anger. When a sad feeling comes, we are sadness. We react from within the storm, tossed about by the changing weather of our inner world. We rarely, if ever, take a step back and simply observe what is happening inside us. We are the actors in the play, completely lost in our roles. Meditation invites you to become the audience. It teaches you to sit in the theater of your own mind and watch the play unfold without getting swept up in the drama. As you practice, you begin to see your thoughts for what they are, just thoughts. They're transient mental events like clouds passing in the sky. They are not you, and they are not necessarily true. This realization is, honestly, one of the most liberating experiences a person can have. This ability to observe your thoughts without judgment is the cornerstone of self-awareness. You start to notice your own patterns. There's that familiar worry about the future again. Or, interesting, whenever I feel criticized, this defensive thought pattern kicks in. You become a curious scientist of your own mind, observing the data without immediately reacting to it. This space between stimulus and response is where your freedom and power lie. From this foundation of self-awareness, emotional intelligence naturally begins to blossom. Emotional intelligence, at its core, is the ability to recognize, understand, and manage your own emotions, as well as to recognize, understand, and influence the emotions of others. By observing your emotional landscape in meditation, you learn to identify your feelings with greater clarity. You can feel the physical sensations of anger rising in your chest before it explodes into words you'll later regret. You learn to sit with uncomfortable feelings instead of immediately trying to numb them or distract yourself from them. You learn that feelings, just like thoughts, are temporary. They arise, they stay for a while, and if you allow them to, they pass. This ability to regulate your own emotional state is a superpower in the modern world. It prevents you from being hijacked by your emotions and allows you to respond to situations with wisdom and compassion. This inner work has a profound impact on your external world, especially your relationships. When you understand your own emotional triggers and patterns, you become less reactive with the people you love. You can listen to your partner's feedback without immediately becoming defensive. You can handle conflict with a calmer, more centered presence because you're not being controlled by your own inner turmoil. Furthermore, as you develop compassion for your own struggles and imperfections, which is a natural outcome of non-judgmental observation, you find it much easier to extend that compassion to others. You start to see that everyone is fighting their own inner battles, just as you are. This understanding is the root of genuine empathy. Your relationships become deeper, more authentic, and more connected. Think of it like being a sailor on a small boat in the ocean. Without self-awareness, you are tossed around by every wave of emotion and every gust of wind from external events. You are constantly reacting, just trying to stay afloat. Meditation is like learning to read the weather, understand the currents, and master the rudder. You can't control the ocean, but you can navigate it with skill, grace, and purpose. This journey of self-discovery is ongoing. It's not about reaching a final destination of enlightenment. It's about the daily practice of showing up for yourself, of choosing to listen to your inner world with kindness and curiosity. Each time you sit to meditate, you are strengthening your relationship with yourself. You are building a foundation of inner stability and peace that no external event can ever truly shake. Ultimately, this is the path to authentic personal growth. You can't change what you're not aware of. By shining the light of awareness on your inner workings, your hidden beliefs, your conditioned reactions, your deepest fears and desires, you give yourself the opportunity to consciously choose a different way of being. You move from being a product of your past to being the creator of your future. We've journeyed through the science and the soul of meditation today, from how it physically rewires your brain for happiness, to how it sharpens your focus and deepens your connection with your truest self. But knowledge is only potential power. The real transformation begins not with knowing, but with doing. The most profound journey you will ever take is the one inward, and that journey can begin right now, in this very moment, with a single conscious breath. You don't need a special cushion or a silent room. You just need the willingness to pause and be present. I want to encourage you to try it for yourself today. Start with just 3 minutes. Find a comfortable place to sit, close your eyes, and simply bring your full attention to the sensation of your breath. When your mind wanders, as it will, gently guide it back. That's it. That simple act, repeated consistently, is enough to start changing your life. Remember, this isn't another thing to be perfect at. It's a practice of gentle returning, an act of kindness to your own mind. This is a science-backed, accessible tool for anyone and everyone seeking better mental health. This practice has fundamentally changed my life, and I know it can change yours too. Your mind is your greatest asset, and learning to care for it is the most important skill you can develop. I would love to hear about your own experiences. Have you tried meditation before? What have you noticed? Or if you're new, what's one question you have? Please share your thoughts and journeys in the comments below. Let's create a community of support as we all walk this path toward a more peaceful and purposeful life. Thank you for spending this time with me.